it was just time to really tell a great untold Detroit story, because it kind of covers Detroit at its zenith.
Very interesting story.
We decided that we were going to make a movie.
All right, Rich Rossi with you with Motown Mafia. I'm with Courtney.
Lewis Stevens.
Lewis Stevens, Courtney Brown.
Courtney Brown Jr.
And Alan Al Prophet Bradley.
And this is an entrepreneurial, inspirational story too, because again, you know, I'm a real estate retail guy. You know, that's what my skill set is. But I'm a businessman, so I was like, you know, we're gonna do it. You know, sometimes when you got a dream, you won't have all the answers on how you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
What made this one unique was not so much the crime, but the intertwining with Detroit's history and the Motown era and kind of the economic decline of Detroit. And it's really the story of a family. And from some perspectives, it's has a happy ending, like you said. For others, it didn't have a happy
ending. Right.
What's happening, family? It is your man, CRB Jr. We are here grinding. That's Courtney Robert Brown here at Motown Mafia Podcast, Big Boss Filmworks YouTube. Putting in work today, family. You know, it is a grind, but we continue the grind because I didn't know what they called it, but what we've been involved in is we was just doing some work for the upcoming plug, for the making of the Mafia, how it all came. This has been a passion project, and that was a passion project that pays. Brother Lou Stevens, about time we got Lou in front of the camera.
What up, people?
Lou is the other half of Big Boss Filmworks. I know you guys, I've been the face of it, but be not confused. This thing does not happen or exist without this man right here. You good, Lou?
Loving what I do, brother.
There it is. There it is. And another shout out, you have to add this back in when you do it.
Okay.
Annie Stevens, God rest his soul, your dad, Omar, your mom. These were the people. This all started in your grandmama's home, man.
Man, yeah.
You know, and that energy that your dad gave, God rest his soul, and your mom early. I'm talking about guys when this shit was nothing but two guys grinding, selling houses. Lou doing, you know, Lou been the backbone of so many of my enterprises.
Oh yeah. We got some history.
Yeah, I got a thing we're gonna do on all the different flyers. You know, it's like I got like every flyer you've ever made.
Flyers plus graphics, baby.
Flyers plus graphics, cyber handyman.
Yeah, the authorized dealer T-shirts.
All that. All that. So, but we're gonna call this one, as I said, America's highest paid errand boy. But what I want to talk about is there's a phrase: poor slave, poor master. You got to quote Eddie the Fat Man Jackson, one of the quotes that he shared with my dad that we've always used is, sometimes you got to stoop to conquer.
Words to live by.
And what he was saying is sometimes you got to go low to get high, and you can't let your pride get in the way. Sometimes you got to go low so that you can get high, and you can't always be the boss. So when I say, you know, and I probably was, if not the highest paid, surely one of the highest paid errand boys of my era. You know, working with my pop when he first got out of jail in '84, and I'm in college now. He didn't immediately, I didn't start working with him in the family business or in his business and his hustle right away. But obviously my dad had been away, I'm happy I'm always around. So, he'd send me to the store to get him some ice cream. The crew would they'd be bagging up, they'd be at the hookup table, breaking down the bricks of that job. You know, Junior, go run up and get us a dozen donuts from Dutch Girl. You know, Junior, I got a sweet tooth. Go get me a pint of Haagen-Dazs strawberry ice cream. You come back, he give me $100. You know, he never saw no change. But then his crew, the crew would they would need this, you know, and then they get, you know. Now, I'm the boss's son. But the crew, I'm also just a young spoiled college kid. These hardcore street niggas, these guys that all did time with the old man. Their street credits, shout out to John the Baptist, shout out to Schoolyard George, Uncle Ernie, God rest his soul, Brother Cleveland, street legends, God rest their soul, Fat Frank. I mean, these guys are Detroit street legends. Their dues are paid. And here I am, he's OG, Brother Akbar, brothers who just got all the street cred and paid their dues and helped me live the privileged life I live. So they'd be like, nigga, well, go get us some, go buy us some liquor, go to the store. And then they'd always say, whatever I did, go to the mailbox, put some stamps on the envelope. They say, go make yourself useful. But what I didn't realize then, that Pops understood, and even the crew understood, one day he's going to be giving us orders. Mm-hmm. But for them to one day respect me telling them what to do, I had to listen to them tell me what to do. Yeah. And not have an attitude about it.
Yes. And
I was a good, quote unquote, slave, which prepared me later in life running my own businesses and having employees to be a good boss. When we're on the block, the kids call me ice cream boss. Yeah. Now they just call me
boss man.
A boss man, right? But it's a line in one of Jay-Z and Hova's song. He said, but before I became a boss, I ran errands for the bosses.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that to say, you want to open up a restaurant, I'm telling you, I don't care where you at in life, go get a job at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I worked at a lot of clothing stores before I went into clothing business.
Yep.
And I took my jobs, even when Pop gave me, I remember my first job at Sneakers and Cleats, selling sneakers, right? Now, life work in funny ways. So my first job is selling sneakers. My biggest lick outside of being in the street would be selling sneakers for myself. But I took selling sneakers for those good people at Sneakers and Cleats at Northland very serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the low man, salesman, summer job kind of hook up.
Yeah.
They paying me, I don't know, $20 a week. Pop giving me $1,000 a week just because he didn't just come home.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I would cash my checks out of his stash. The check be $200. I'd sign over the check, take out $1,200. Right. I'd be like, okay, there's $200 for the check. I take this $200 plus I think I need another $1,000 for myself.
Right.
But I learned.
Yeah.
So it ain't nothing wrong with being an errand boy. It ain't don't let your ego and pride get in the way of learning.
That's right.
And because Pops and them was giving me being an errand boy, I learned how to take orders, how to sometimes be spoke to in not the most respective term, because I'm being told what to do by street guys. Which mean they don't always say please and thank you. Nigga, go to the car. I left to go get my glasses out the car. I'm like, why are you yelling at me? I didn't do nothing. Just what? Go get my glasses out the car.
Right.
And they would remind me, this is the least you could do for the life you allowed to live, right?
There you have it.
And you learn some appreciation, right? And again, now later in life, the full circle, when I see those guys and I look out for them, there's a respect level that goes two ways. Because even though now maybe they need my help or my assistance, when they got that coming. And B, they remember, and I remember that, I took orders well.
That's right.
So now when I have to sometimes tell them to do things, or this is how this and that works, and that's the way we're going to do this or that, it ain't no problem, because again, I was a good errand boy.
Well, and I get to thinking about my first job with you. I worked as city man for years, and then I went into something with my mother that didn't really work out, and then I was hustling with my graphics and my T-shirts and so on and so forth. But then you approached me about the T-shirt hustle and transferring it to your shop and me teaching Sean how to
R.I.P.
do the rest in peace, Sean Dyson, my man, for real, good friend. And it was like, I'm like, just, he's like, we got employment opportunity. I'll never forget. He was like, we got employment opportunities. It's like, well, hey, I used to do this at Fairlane, and then just working there and just playing my position. And I remember Mr. Hardy gave me the
shout out to Mr. Hardy.
Yeah, Mr. Bill Hardy of U of M.
Mentor of mentors.
Mentor of mentors. He broke me down one day. I was pressing T-shirts. And I was pressing some for myself, and he let me have it. I'll never forget it. And then it was like, I knew at that point, this is some kind of test, because, I'm like, well, whatever, like, okay, I got you. You know what I'm saying? He could be quite intimidating at the time.
On that note, connected but not, Janae. Remember Janae from the ice cream shop?
I do remember Janae.
Janae stopped into the hair shop. She's like a manager at FedEx now.
Oh, wow. Shout out to... Oh, man. Yeah.
Her sister Maya, having a baby, another employee.
Okay.
Obviously, your daughter, shout out. Now at Michigan State in college.
Right. Yeah.
My cousin Melissa, now big companies, bigger than me. The Lip Bar.
Huge.
All those employees again, and the fact that it does my heart good that all the many people who we've hired and that have worked for me, that they hold me in high regard.
Mm-hmm.
And Charles and Jameer down in Atlanta, now these guys were all young when they worked for me. They will still all occasionally shout out and be like, because I tell them, you're never in life going to have a boss like me again.
Yeah.
And when I tell them that, they don't realize it. Then they get out into the world and they're like, yeah, you were right about that.
I remember like the first year I started working at Hall of Fame. And, you remember I was catching the bus back and forth or whatnot. And I was just, I didn't stay too far away.
Right.
And then you said, you know what, this weekend I got to just take these keys. And you let me drive that Lexus. And I was like, this dude. It's like, this dude, right? And, I mean, it blew my family's mind. It's like, what are you doing with that Lexus? Where are you coming from? What you doing? What's happening? But I just maintained my position, stayed humble. And I mean, like you said in the one post, like how you said you had saw my work acclimate before I even knew you.
I peeped, I seen, and I saw how they let you run City Man.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I saw your diligence at opening and closing.
Yeah.
And you again, unaware that you're being observed.
Unaware, completely.
And to be honest, I had already like, City Man, y'all don't know he got to get traded. Cause I need him on my team. We just got to play the long game on this one here.
It's a long game indeed.
Play the long game on this, and we'll take care of this. City Man, I'll visit you soon.
But
shout out to Kapil and City Man.
Yeah, Kapil, Previn, Amrit, the whole City Man crew, Sanjay. What's up? Love you guys still, hey, holla at me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, man, poor slave, poor master. Gotta learn how to stay in position. Remember that, yes, it's true. Same people you say up the ladder, you're going to see down the ladder, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. Those old heads, those OGs, they taught me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people be like, Courtney, the way you get things, I'd be like, y'all don't know, man. I've been blessed. There've been some people that breathed on me and showed me some things about how this thing called life, how this thing called getting money work.
Mm-hmm.
Not letting money, that as one of the OGs told me, I make money, money don't make me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to treat people a certain kind of way. And when you've been an errand boy, you understand the concept. I'm okay because when I was an errand boy, I was just happy to be on the team. I'll be honest, I was just happy to be in the company of these street guys, of these trap legends. I was just happy to be, for them to let a square nerd kid out of private school like me, despite of my father's resume to even be in their presence and to chop it up.
Yeah.
You know, so later in life, you know, now full circle, it's my turn to lead, and that's what we do. And that's what we do. But so whatever qualities I have as a leader, they take credit for, and whatever defaults or defects I have as a leader, that shit on me. So that's a fact. So I hope you guys got something out of this. You got anything else on this line of topic, Brother Lou?
Yeah, I got one more thing on this. You know, my grandfather years ago, the late Louis Stevens,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. He told me a long time ago. He said there are so many people who wants to be chiefs, but nobody wants to be just the regular Indian. I mean, he says you got to start at the beginning and then work your way up. He said, don't nobody start at the top. And, you know, you're going to have any kind of appreciation for what it is you do. I mean, from the clothing to music to film to whatever it was I was involved in, I always started at the lowest level. And that's the best way for you to learn. You learn through trial and error. You see all the pitfalls, all the ups and downs. And then, you know, next thing you know, you're doing something.
Yeah. On that note, and then we'll set it down here. So just the other day, you know, we hired a new girl at the hair shop, right? I've been busy, you know, it's just running back and forth. Like, you know, all that we got going on.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. But I knew it was important because she had been working about 2 weeks, and I hadn't spent any time with her except for the occasionally running in, running out. I need this done, I need that done. I made a point on Saturday to take 3 hours for her to watch me work.
Okay.
And I had nobody else come in. We rearranged the store because people gotta know when you're in charge. I would not ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do myself.
Do yourself, correct.
So sometimes, and again, I had, because my old man preaches, you know, we can't ask, Roy, as he said one day, we can't ask people to take chances on going to jail if they know we ain't willing to take the same chance. You can't keep asking somebody that, if they see me take out the trash, then it makes me in a position of authority to tell them, why ain't you taking out the trash? Right? If they see me sweep every blue moon, or if she's, in this case, if she says, wow, you know, this nigga, he don't need to be doing this. He could just have said, I want this done. But no, he takes his time in the business serious enough that he's going to move all of these clothes and chain rearrange it himself when he could have just, but that's how you build loyalty.
Yeah.
And that's how you build respect. Because a lot of people will work for you, but it's a difference between somebody working for you and somebody working for you that respects you.
Yeah.
And if you want your business and enterprises to go to that next level, you gotta have your team respect you, because there's gonna be days where you're gonna put, Lou can attest to this, being a partner. The expectations and some of the pressures I put on my partner, but he know, it ain't for me.
Yeah.
I'm only asking for us.
Yep.
And if I knew how to do the shit you know how to do, I wouldn't be bothering you to do it all the time.
That's it.
You right? But that you got to instill that in your people, man. So don't let that know in this world we live in. Everybody want to be a boss and a boss bitch and all this other madness that they out here talking. Kill that noise. You know, them people who don't know no better. I'm telling you, learn to be an errand boy, learn to be an errand girl, learn your lessons, build respect with your team. And the only way to build respect with your team is to show some appreciation and some humility.
Yeah, you got to crawl before you ball,
right.
people.
Yeah, you do. You got to crawl. You got to stack before you jack. Yeah. All right, we good?
We good.
Monday Mondays. Highest paid errand boy in America. One day I'll read the full untold story when I write the memoirs. Holla at you, man. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Holla at us on Spotify.
Hit the notification bell.
Facebook.
And check this out. We got the merch. Check the merch out. Get you the t-shirts. We got the Big Boss Filmworks t-shirts. We got the Black Butch t-shirts. We got new t-shirts coming every month. We got sweaters, hoodies, caps, you name it. Check us out. Big Boss Filmworks. Shop BigBossFilmworks.com.
Holla. We're out. Peace.
Big Boss Filmworks and Big Boss Books presents Courtney Robert Brown Jr.'s follow-up to the book Motown Mafia. Motown Mafia, Big Man on Campus.
My internship was kind of in how the world of international finance and international criminal activities overlap.
Corey Black Sr. wanted Corey to go to school to bring legitimacy to the family. But Corey had other plans. While in college, with the help of his friends and his girlfriend, he starts and grows a successful drug operation.
5 minutes later, two agents, now I know they were agents, but at the time I see two guys go to the right, another two guys start walking towards me. They stop at my seat and they go, "Grab your bags, DEA, come with us." Needless to say, this is not the fun part of being an intern.
Corey finds himself conflicted with his responsibility to running the family business and his obligation to his college studies. However, he'll have to make things work in his favor if he wants to remain the big man on campus. The names have been changed to protect the guilty and the innocent.
I'm taking economics and business 101 and marketing, and your economic teacher's telling you about a business plan and how you get a small business loan. And, it's kind of the hypocrisy of the world, because I'm like, that ain't how the real world works.